They say a boy died crying the name of a goddess that no one remembers, and that the island where it happened still echoes with her name. But what if she was never real? What if the love story was a lie, masking a sacrificial rite, a drowned god, or a forgotten tomb? Welcome to the Obelisk, where we explore the forbidden, the forgotten, and the sacred truths buried in myth. Today we travel to a haunted island in Lake Van, where history ends and heresy begins. Sorry to interrupt your video. This is the part of the video where I ask you to subscribe. Subscribe. Thanks. Back to the video. The drowning. Let's begin with a story. A torch flickers against the black waters of Lake Van. A boy swims, breathless, towards a distant island, eyes fixed on a single glowing window where a girl named Tamar waits. Each night she lights a lamp in the tower of a great church, and each night he swims through dark waters to reach her. But one night the light is gone. The waves pull him under, and with his final breath he cries her name, Aghtamar. The island would never forget it, but we seem to have forgotten. The Legend of Aghtamar. The island of Aghtamar lies in the eastern Turkey's Lake Van, once the heart of medieval Armenia. The legend is simple. Tamar, a noblewoman or princess, falls in love with a commoner. Each night he swims across the lake, guided by the light she places in her window, until one night the light goes out. Her father has discovered the affair, and the boy drowns. As he vanishes beneath the waves, he cries out her name, Aghtamar. Is this a story of forbidden love, or a veil hiding something much older and much more darker? Today's episode comes from the comments section of a previous video, so if you'd like to have a video torn apart and examined, let me know in the comments. The Church of the Holy Cross. At the heart of the island stands the Cathedral of the Holy Cross, built in the 10th century by Armenian king Gagik Atrasaroni. Its walls are covered in biblical reliefs, Adam and Eve, the crucifixion, but also lions, peacocks, and cosmic trees. This wasn't just a church, it was royal, symbolic, esoteric. So why build it on this remote island? Some scholars suggest Aghtamar was already sacred before Christianity arrived. Long before the cross was raised here, the region belonged to the Urartians, worshippers of gods like Halde, Shivini, and the goddess Arubani, and maybe Tamar. She might not have been a woman at all, but the faded echoes of a lake goddess. The lost goddess hypothesis. Now here's where it gets heretical. According to fringe theorists, not supported by mainstream scholars, however, Tamar may have been a vestige of a pre-Christian divine feminine, a water goddess or a lamp bearer, gatekeeper to the other world. They appear across global myths, from Inanna to Isis, from Ymir to the Lady of the Lake. Could Aghtamar be another forgotten temple where a goddess was hidden beneath the role of a princess? This theory lacks historical documentation. It's not fact, but it is a hypothesis nonetheless. A tomb, not a temple. Here's another controversial idea, again unsupported by archaeology, but what if the cathedral wasn't built to worship, but to seal something in? According to esoteric speculation, the Church of the Holy Cross may have been constructed as a kind of energetic tomb, a stone trap for divine presence. The carvings, the layout, even the lake itself, all part of sacred geometry. Mainstream historians attribute the design to medieval Christian art, but mystics claim they match older ritual maps from Göbekli Tepe to Chartres. Nothing here is confirmed, but the structure feels deliberate. Aghtamar, the word of power. The boy's dying words, Aghtamar, are said to be the island's name's origin, though linguists dismiss this as folk etymology. Some spiritual traditions suggest the opposite, that words, especially words of grief, carry ritual power. Could Aghtamar be more than a cry? Could it be a curse or an incantation echoing like a broken player across centuries? There's no historical proof, but there's a reason the island remembers, and it kind of raises the point of if he died in the lake drowning, then who was there to write down what he said? The legend may never have been about a girl. Some heretical interpretations go deeper. They say the boy wasn't a lover but an initiative. The swim wasn't for love but for a ritual, a trial, a descent into the sacred, and the light, a gate, a test, potentially a trap. When it vanished, it wasn't betrayal, it was excommunication. This theory borrows from the Indo-European death and rebirth myths, such as Orpheus, Tammuz, Narcissus, and Osiris, all drowned or descended to rise again. No documents confirm this view, but if true, the legend wasn't a tragedy, it was a failed initiation, a myth rewritten to hide the rite. The island that remembers. Today, Aghtamar stands silent. Its church holds one mass a year, allowed by the Turkish state. No monks, no candles, no swimmers, but believe the island holds memory. That grief, real or mythic, leaves a residue, a ghost, a wound that refuses to close. So, was Tamar a goddess? Was the boy a victim or a seeker? Was Aghtamar a cry of love or a spell of loss? We may never know, but somewhere in the waters of Lake Van, someone still whispers her name, Aghtamar. If you found this tale haunting, then we have more. Mondays we explore legends from the ancient world, just like this one. Wednesdays we unravel short stories and parables and expose the meaning behind their masks. And on Fridays we dive into lost Christian heresies from the Gnostics to the forbidden Gospels. But don't expect orthodoxy. We look where others are far too afraid to. Subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments, and let me know what story you would like exploring. Until next time, stay heretical, take care, and thanks for watching. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you'd give the little subscribe button a little tickle, would much appreciate it.